Minus looks. And now they're all in. So the starter has the button. They stand at the 1600. There they go. They're off and racing. Eurasia, the first of them to leave over Pretty Fry, but now the favourite Savage One races up in search of the lead. Also going forward, Rock On Tommy feels Danish. She's going to settle up right over the pace in the early stages, the filly. Pretty Fry drifting back shortly after the start, passed by Minus Looks. Loose Box got back midfield. Colchino next, but wide. Over on the inside, Juicing Carrots, then Acting God in the second half with Costa del Santo. Reliable Star is second from last, and the tail ender is Export Man. Out by the 1,000 metres they head, and Savage One will call the shots. Savage One on top for Johnston Porter, leaves the back straight, a length and a half clear of the filly, feels Danish. Over on the inside, Eurasia travels third. Minus Look sitting in the cheap seats, goes up running fourth in front of Rock On Tommy. Then Pretty Fry back on the inside. Midfield, Colchino a length away. Sluice Box back on the inside. Next is Juicing Carrots, Costa del Santo. Then at the 600 came Acting God, who's a mile from the leader. Around the outside is Export Man, taking off via the Cape from second last, and relegated to the rear is Reliable Star. At the top of the straight, 350 to run. Savage One nursed by the Hyphenator, led by a length and a half. Eurasia feels Danish. Pretty Fry trying to sneak up near the rail. Colchino, Export Man are coming down the outskirts, but Savage One dashes away from them with 150 to go. Races clear a length and a half to Eurasia, and Acting God coming right down the outside, but Savage One does it from go to woe, and Savage One beat Eurasia. Acting God might have grabbed third. He's wide out with Pretty Fry next on the rails, close up with it. They were followed home in the middle by Sluice Box, who got busy late. Reliable Star came from last. In behind them, Juicing Carrots and also Minus Looks. Costa del Santo feels Danish needed that. She blew out late. Further back behind those when they'd pulled up next of all, Colchino in company with Export Man and Rock On Tommy. Number 7, the winner. Savage One from the Durant stable. Clint Johnston Porter decided to take matters into his own hands early on in the race and wanted to lead, and that he was able to do. And that brings up the second leg of a double. He won on the 2-year-old debutant, rumour says earlier. And for Savage One this afternoon, it's certainly a nice relief for owners Rod and Tanya Cosgrove after seeing this 4-year-old run so many seconds, a succession of them. But that's the horse's 5th win from 14 off the back of 7 minor placings. Clint Johnston Porter doing it from start to finish. The God Has Spoken 4-year-old out of Futurism, trained by Adam Durant, has saluted. 11 Eurasia in second spot. Brad Parnham for the Steve Wolf stable by Eurozone. Third goes to 6 Acting God, who was finishing very strongly from back in the field by Playing God out of Cottage Rose. Bruce Watkins and Jason Whiting, and Pretty Fry ran 4th in front of Sluice Box. 7, 11, 6 and 4. Official placings after race 6. Margins of 3/4 and a length. And the 1600 was running 1:37.65. Beautifully controlled front running ride by Johnston Porter. And 34.81 is the closing 600. Made it pretty tough for his rivals back off the pace at the very least to try and take ground off it. Savage One had been racing in ultra consistent form. So the next event on the card, the running of the Mrs. Max handicap at 1400. And there is one riding update, and that's on 10, Written Matter. He'll be handled by Sean O'Donnell. Well, if you have enough shots at the stumps, you've got to hit them occasionally. And Savage One, after being a bridesmaid so many times in succession, finally wins one here in the metropolitan area this afternoon. As we head to the yard, I'm sure the owners are very, very delighted to see this 4-year-old exactly in the winner's circle this afternoon, Britt.
Oh, exactly. But as Jason Miller joins me now, you can't be mad with a horse that is able to be so consistent despite running so many second placings of recent times. They're the lovely bread and butter money earners for a stable.
He's definitely a good bread and butter horse. But yeah, he was overdue, and it was a good effort, and he was really strong on the line today, and it was good to see.
And up to a mile for a first time as well, so that is particularly good to see him be strong through the line. From the outset, was he a horse that you imagined would be a horse to get up over 1,600 metres?
Early on in his career, probably not, no. I've seen him over race in a 1,100 metre race, so yeah, obviously with maturity and race experience, he's probably learned his craft a little bit better, and yeah, look, maybe stepping up. It was a query, but you know, maybe that might be his pet distance, and it was 10 out of 10 ride by Clint, just the way he rated him and that. So, and all credit to the horse.
It's a perfect segue to head over to Clint Johnson-Porter. Well done to you.
Thank you.
There is Jason Miller, and Michael's got Clint.
Yes, I've got Clint here. Drew awkwardly. Clint didn't appear to be much speed on paper, but you took full advantage of that, and you got it fairly cheaply, it appeared.
Yeah, look, he springs the gates really well. Early in the prep, he's a 1,000-metre horse, and then once he's had a couple of runs under his belt, look, he got the mile well today.
Well, how have you assessed his last couple of runs? He's bumped into above the peg. Obviously, it's frustrating to run second, but he has been going really well and deserved this win today.
Yeah, definitely. His runs have been brilliant. He's just happened to have one better than him each time. Today he won quite comfortably, and look, you take that one horse out of the race and he blows the rest away.
Can we say he's a miler now?
Yeah, definitely. He won that out pretty easy. Look, I probably did 3/4 and dashed up the straight, but look, he ran it out strong.
Expecting Solid Azza to hit the line well as always in the next?
Yeah, definitely. It looks like a good little race for it. So, yeah, just go back and ride for luck.
All right, best of luck.
Thank you.
Here is Clint Johnson-Porter after riding Savage 1 to victory, defeats Eurasia and Acting God. Finished off for third. 7-11, 6 and 4, your numbers from the 6th.